Hello, hope you all are doing well. In this video, let us discuss something about long-term finance. So, hope you all have seen the previous video relating to different sources of finance. In that, we have discussed about short-term finance and long-term finance. In this video, let us see in detail what is long-term finance. So long-term finance, in short, we can say that if a business organization is raising some amount with a view to repay it in after a long period of time, then we can say it has a long-term source of finance. And also, if they are utilizing the amount so raised in order to purchase any fixed asset to a particular firm, we can say that they are using long-term finance. So let us see what are the different sources of long-term finance. So long-term sources of finance include issuing shares, debentures, venture capital, loan from banks, owner capital, internal accrual, then retained profit, asset sales, etc. So let us see what are shares. So as you all know that a company, the major source of raising capital for a particular business organization is through issuing the shares to the shareholders. So the capital of the company is divided into small units and each unit is known as shares. Each share form a unit of ownership of the company and is offered for sale so as to raise capital for the company. As per Companies Act, the company can issue two type of shares, that is equity shares and preference shares. As you all know that equity shares are known as the ordinary shares, and they are issued to the real owners of the company, okay, or the shareholder equity shareholders are known as the real owners of the company. And some features of equity share is that equity shares do not enjoy any preference while getting the dividend, or they do not have any priority for the payment of capital at the time of winding up of the company. And another one type of share issued by the company is preference shares. Preference shares, as the name indicates, the shareholders, preference shareholders, they are having a preferential right in the shares. So it is quite different from that of equity shares, as we know that equity shares, even though they are the real owners, they do not have any priority in getting the dividend or any kind of repayment. But it is just opposite in case of preference shares. They enjoy a preferential right while during the payment of dividend, and also they also have a special right in return of capital at the event of winding up of the company also. And then let's see what is retained profit. So retained profits, it is the earnings of the company which are retained in the business. That means if in a particular year, if a company is earning profit, the entire profit will not be distributed to the shareholders, but a certain portion or a certain percentage of the profit is set apart in the company for some kind of activities. Such profit set apart in the company is known as retained profit, okay. So in short, we can say that the process of accumulating corporate profit and their utilization in business is called retained earnings. And another one form of issuing long-term source of finances by issuing debentures. So issue debentures means, as we all know that we are learning from the smaller classes itself, debentures it represents the borrowed capital of the company, and the debenture holders are considered as the creditors of the company, and the debentures are issued at a fixed percentage of interest. So the debenture holders, they will be getting a fixed rate of interest as return on their investment, and the board of directors has the power to issue debentures, and no other members or the shareholders, they don't have the right to issue debenture. Only the board of directors are having the right to issue debentures. And another source is by issuing bonds. So bonds means we know that it is a debt security, and the company borrows money and issues bonds as evidence of debt, and the bond holder is the creditor of the company, just as in case of debentures. The amount of interest is paid for bond also, and it is a fixed charge and must be paid even profit is available or not. And all bonds have maturity date and is paid off in cash at certain date in future. And since they are creditors of the company and they are non-owners of the company, the bond holders are not entitled to participate in any kind of meetings, general meetings conducted by the company. And this is a model of bond. We can see the bond will be in this form. And another form of raising long-term source of finance is by issuing public deposit or by receiving public deposits. So public deposit is an important source of rising finance. And the company generally receive public deposits for a period ranging from 6 months to 36 months. And another one is by getting loans from financial institutions. So nowadays there are different financial institutions who are providing loans to the company, who are providing medium term as well as long term finance for the company. Some of the financial institutions include development banks, financial institutions, investment institutions, and state level institutions. And development banks include IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India, IFCI, ICICI, Institutional Credit and Investment Bank of India, IRBI, and RTC, TDICI, FTFCI. And investment institutions include UTI, LIC, General Insurance, GIC, and state level institutions include SFC, SIDC, SIDBI, etc. And this shows that different types of development banks: Industrial Development Bank of India, Industrial Finance Corporation of India, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, Small Industries Development Bank of India, etc. And financial institutions are there: investment institutions like LIC, UTI, GIC, and state level institutions like State Financial Corporation, State Industrial Development Corporation, etc. And some commercial banks are also providing long-term as well as short-term finance for industries or for companies in order to raise long-term finance. Then trade credit is another one source for raising long-term finance. That is, as we know that every person, even an individual, is going for trade credit. So some people will be providing raw materials or goods and other assets to the business organization without paying a lump sum amount. They will be their amount. They can industries can get the assets to their company, but they can pay the amount in a fixed rate of time, or they can pay the amount in later periods also. So that is known as trade credit. So it is a source of long-term finance for the companies. And next one is discounting of bill of exchange. So discounting of bill of exchange means it is relatively of recent origin in India, and Reserve Bank of India has introduced a new bill market scheme in 1970. And according to this, bank credit is being made available through discounting of bills by the banks. In short, under the scheme, RBI has considered use of bill as an instrument of credit. So the company can produce the bill to the banks, and banks will be providing loans, long-term finance on the basis of this bill of exchange or discounting of bill of exchange. So that are the different sources of raising long-term finance. First one is by issuing shares, that is by issuing equity share and preference share. Then next is by retained profit by issuing debentures, bonds, public by raising public deposits and loan from financial institutions and commercial banks, trade credit and discounting bill.